All right, we're back with It's New. Another week for more It's New from us people. We got some interesting stuff to discuss this week, right? Discuss stuff, Morty?
That's what we do. And sells unscented candles.
Yes. What do you got for us, Morty?
Your revolution is over, Reddit. Condolences. The bums have lost. The bums have lost.
Oh my God.
Okay. And Google's testing AI mode buttons. AI overview seems to be expanding to other regions and testing a new interactive AI overview for recipes. What do you got, Anu?
Yeah, Google releases a Q&A. I'm not sure they're the A's to the Q's that people wanted, but they released a Q&A for AI Max.
And Greg.
And there are some social signals appearing in a test that those followers of Google Ads should be aware of.
Yada, yada, yada. All right, Morty, whenever you're ready.
So Nicholas McDonough, yes, I think I got that one right. Spotted this on the SERP. Looks like Barry Schwartz, unscented candle seller, was able to replicate this. I couldn't. But when you search for something like the Knicks versus the Celtics, which are two basketball teams for reference, you got a little like discussions in beta where you could comment. It says, comment publicly as Barry Schwartz. Does only you get to comment publicly as Barry Schwartz? Or I also get to comment publicly as Barry Schwartz? That was confusing to me. But it's basically it's a joke. That was basically a discussion where you can comment about what's going on with the Knicks. Where one guy wrote like, Celtics had to play their worst 2 games in history. The bum Knicks only barely won, which is why I went Big Lebowski in the intro. The guy mentioned the word bums. Barry speculated that maybe this is the end of Reddit results if Google goes with this thing instead, which I feel like is always the intent. It was never the intent to just have Reddit everywhere. Reddit is only because of nothing else.
Yeah, good point. I mean, Glenn actually was the first to like speculate the Reddit stuff, so he gets the credit for that. But you're right. It's typical. We've seen this when Google launched anything from definitions, like showing third-party definitions, to Yelp reviews, to whatever. Google generally like feeds in third parties for sites that do a good job at that, and then they go ahead and try a way to actually go ahead and squash them with their own results. So I think most people wouldn't be too upset if Reddit wasn't all over the search results and Google had their own discussions beta version or whatever you want to call it. But we'll see.
Can I give you a counterpoint to this?
No. Okay, fine.
Google just can't do anything social. They've just never figured it out. Right?
I'm still using Orkut. I'm sorry. I'm still on Orkut, using it every day. So
it's just like
Orkut. ORKUT.
It was like the first one. And then there's like Wave and then Google Plus. I don't see this as like an actual like sort of socially thing. Like who goes to the search engine results and starts having discussions there? Like that would be the last place I would go. It's going to be gone. It's not going to be showing up. Like if you
put ads in it, you will be there. I'm telling you.
Oh, I'll run ads there.
229 comments on this thing.
But it's almost like, I don't know if you ever, a lot of these apps, they'll have like, hey, you can watch a draft and then people can just like leave little comments on there. I just don't think it's near the strength of Reddit in the community of like saying, oh, I'm into blacksmithing. I'm going to go to our blacksmithing instead of just doing searches and talking to randos in Google SERPs. It just seems strange.
That was your example? Blacksmithing?
That's what I do, Morty. Yeah.
Ching.
I have an anvil. Yeah.
Anyway,
no, I don't believe it.
I swear to God, I can make a knife. Give me a piece of wood and some metal.
I want to see a video. I want to see a video of
I want to see the apron, the gloves.
I want to see evidence of this for sure.
Have you ever think of selling SE Roundtable anvils, Barry?
Might be worth it. I don't know. Anyway, let's keep moving. Google's testing AI mode buttons in the Google search results. This was spotted by Damien, who noticed that when on like the search button was replaced with AI mode on the Google desktop search results. And if you mouse over it turns different color. And then Natzir noticed that instead of that button, they're actually replacing the "I'm feeling lucky" button with the AI mode.
Same difference.
It is a huge difference. I mean, "I'm feeling lucky" is a staple. Staple. They don't change that.
Oh, the crapshoot, no.
They don't change "I'm feeling lucky" with AI mode. It's just not right.
Also, didn't somebody like find the stats of the percentage of people that use Feeling Lucky, and it was like under 1%.
It doesn't matter.
It's just Clint
I know.
Eastwood. That's the only person who's still using that.
In any event, talking about AI stuff, Google's testing expanding AI overviews in Turkey, Sweden, Netherlands, and other places. We saw this when Google was testing it like in more EU regions like several months ago, and then a week later, Google's like, "Hey, we're announcing that we're expanding AI overviews." So, I/O is coming up in a week or so, and we're all expecting AI overviews to show in more places, including Turkey, Sweden, and Netherlands. And Greg doesn't want it there. So
No, I don't. Expand AI mode. What are we doing?
we had AI mode buttons everywhere. Replacing
don't
Feeling
want-
Lucky.
AI overviews. Just kill those things off, please.
Don't think it's being killed off. But if you are hungry and you want to get a great recipe and you like AI overviews, you can get these new interactive AI overviews, which basically give you the ability to like see things like, recipe ideas, then replace those recipe ideas by other recipe ideas and ingredients and carousel formats just to generate more and more AI overviews that potentially could show more ads if Google ever shows an ad in an AI overview.
Imagine explaining that to like an alien that visited this planet.
Oh
Fill
god,
this out. AI overviews. Work.
that's why
It's
they've
a
not invaded yet. They're literally just like,
plan,
what are these?
Except
people
for the
doing?
fact that they announced ads at GML 2023, and we still have no ads.
Yeah.
But we do have AI Max, and we have some questions and answers
Hey.
around that. Right, Anu?
Yes, we do. And bear with me. I'm going to go through the journey of how I discovered this. On Saturday, sitting having a chill day, I decided to go on LinkedIn and I saw that Georgy Zayakov had posted the Q&A. And for a second, I was about to go on a Greg style rant. Like, how the hell is a marketer doing a Q&A of a project that has not come out yet? Then I realized it was actually Google's Q&A. And I was like, oh, okay, Google came out with this. And it was such the sales pitch. It was like, oh, who should be using AI Max? Everyone, every single advertiser, of course, should be using AI Max. But yeah, they gave did a Q&A, like 7 questions about how it will work around A/B testing versus traditional search setup. They said that's going to be out, and what like keywordless testing is, what the keywordless or like technology is, similar to DSC and that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's a Q&A they've come up with way before the product has come out. So yeah, take all of that with a pinch of salt, I'd say.
2 things. One is I suspect this Q&A was actually built during when like people were prepped on this. I could be wrong. But Greg, maybe you would know that for sure.
There were a lot of questions and there were answers that were followed up.
Yeah,
So these were probably okay.
On Ginny's post, she put a lot of giving all of the answers to people's questions. So yeah,
2, I'm a little bit insulted. Not insulted is a strong word. I'll use it anyway. That you found it on Saturday when I sent it to you on Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern.
Barry.
Just saying.
Barry,
Oh,
look,
Barry,
on Saturday, I remember paid Search News. So
All good.
forgive me
I
for that.
won't hold you to it.
Hey, thank
You
you.
were
Because
even
we got-
online on Saturday anyway, so what's the difference?
It's true. It's true. At
Thank
least we
you,
got some
Mordy.
follower accounts to make me
Mordy
happier.
defending me. I feel special.
It's Greg who's the problem.
I'm not I'm the truth teller. Like even in this story, I would rather have a Q&A for somebody who doesn't know the product than from a Googler that's doing it. Because like everything they say is just so it's not real.
Yeah.
And that's coming from somebody who loves Google more than anybody else.
It's sadly it seems like that's the way, at least when I'm painted into a corner too. But like I don't think AI Max makes the most sense in 2025. I think it makes a ton of sense for 2026 when AI mode comes out and we eventually get ads. But they can't just say that. They're going to have to be like, this is going to be great. And then why wouldn't you just call it expanded broad match? Why wouldn't you just add it into the broad match features and call it broad match now with AI? Like that would make sense. But the key is there are going to be no keywords or less keywords in AI mode, and you're going to have to go off of intent. But they can't say that. So I would think a Q&A with me. There you go.
Got
The
it.
stock price would tend to agree with you.
If you only had more followers, maybe you could advertise.
Yes. Well, the good news is if you have more followers, there is a test that could put you ahead of your competition within Google Ads. And Anthony Higman had spotted. What'd you say?
Higaman.
Higman.
Stop
Good
it.
morning. There was some ads with the follower count being pulled in from Facebook and the follower count being pulled in from TikTok, which could be a good thing or a bad thing. I think this is something that I would speak, I guess, as a whole for the Google Ads advertisers out there. Nobody wants this. Like, if you don't, this is so much wasted space when I could have a site link or I could have an image. I don't want people knowing I have 77 followers on Facebook. It's not helping the cause.
Yeah. When
You know what I
Google was
mean?
testing this like a couple years ago on the organic results, it only showed up when it was actually the Facebook page or the Instagram page. Not just like, this is their homepage. This is their website. I don't know.
And if they wanted to make it something you could toggle on or off, I think that's fine. Maybe if somebody does have a huge following, that could help in some way, shape, or form. But it's just they have done a good job of leaning into assets, calling everything an asset, and giving the ability to make these really cool, flexible ads. And personally, I just think they could images. Give me an image, use that, reallocate that space in all these images that everybody's putting together and implementing into campaigns that rarely show. Let me see that. Let me see a call out. Let me see some site links. Help me out. Something that's going to help the actual business.
Right. And as you said, Anthony Hingman spotted this. If you want to know his real, true feelings of how he really felt about this, make sure to watch Marketing O'Clock, which was posted this morning before the show.
We did a live wellness check. And
I'll include that
Hingman
thumbnail
live
to it
on
right
the air.
Anyway, thanks so much. We're back tomorrow with It's New. Have a great day. Speak to you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I